Hey guys, I know it's kind of hard to see, but here is my PowerPoint. It says Project Migration, organization dedicated to helping single mothers in East Africa. Now, I want to challenge you with a thought today. Picture yourself with the average family, mother, father, child, in an average size house that brings in enough income to eat 3 meals a day, and maybe even enough to go on a nice vacation once a year. Now take the father out of that picture. Now you're left with a single mother that often means no income, and this means no more food and no more house. Now throw in East Africa. Now you have to deal with diseases, homelessness, and rape. Not a very nice picture anymore, is it? However, Project Migration is a group trying to change that. Project Migration is helping single mothers in East Africa and is in need of your donations for three reasons. The first is to help single mothers to get on their feet. The second is to offer them clean water. And the third is to give them medical supplies. The first reason Project Migration needs our help is in order to help single mothers get back on their feet. I'll go to the next slide here. Step 1. 18-month program, private home, healthy foods, and job training. Now, life in Africa is especially hard for a single mother and very much so their children. It is common that once a woman marries, she can no longer return to her family, even if her husband divorces her or abandons her. This leaves single mothers alone without any education, with no reliable source of income, which in turn means no more food and no more shelter for them and their children, which some mothers are forced to leave unattended for more than 3 hours a day because they're at school. Project Migration helps single mothers get back on their feet by setting them up with the 18-month program. For the first year, single mothers are set up in their very own private home and provided with healthy foods. The next 6 months, they're set up in a co-op residence and provided with a storefront. Through certain training programs, these single mothers learn how to make baskets, jewelry, and clothes, and then use the storefronts to bring in income so that they can continue to live in these residencies even after the program. Throughout this whole time, Project Migration provides these mothers with a nursery for their children along with an education. Not only does Project Migration need our help in helping single mothers live on their own, they also need our help in giving these single mothers clean water for them and their children. Step 2, clean water. It's not as close as the sink, and funds for new wells. Every 15 seconds, a child dies from a water-related disease. That means at least 10 children somewhere in the world will be dead before I can finish my speech. Unsafe water is the cause of 80% of all sickness and disease and kills more people every year than all forms of violence. Lack of access to clean water kills children at a rate equivalent of a jumbo jet crashing every 4 hours. These are crazy statistics. Single mothers sometimes have to take children out of school just so they can help them carry their water. Deprive them from an education just so they have enough water to live on. However, some mothers have younger children and are forced to leave them alone for up to 3 hours a day because their load of water are too heavy to carry it for their children. Can you imagine leaving your child alone 3 hours a day to just go get water when all we have to do is go to the sink? Often on these trips for water, women are caught up and are commonly put into slavery or raped, which spreads HIV and AIDS, which most often results in orphans. And once the water is finally retrieved, it is often so dirty that they can't even drink enough of it. Then they and their children become terribly sick. Project Migration will help fund new wells that will provide clean water in villages, which will benefit single mothers in need. Helping single mothers get on their feet and giving them clean water is very important, but it is meaningless unless we are able to offer medical supplies. Step 3. Medicine, anemia, and diarrhea. Often in Africa, very simple medical issues can become life-threatening without the availability of basic medical supplies. Project Migration is addressing two of the leading causes of death of young children living in poverty: pneumonia and diarrhea. Pneumonia accounts for up to 3 million deaths worldwide. Nearly 1 in every 5 children deaths globally are a result of pneumonia. Diarrhea has claimed the lives of more children in the past 10 years alone than all the people lost to armed conflict since World War II. 1.4 million children die as a result of diarrhea each year. Now we think of it as, oh, we go to Taco Bell, might have a bad night, but this is a serious problem that needs attention in East Africa. Both of these illnesses are easily preventable and treatable. Having the right medical supplies on hand could save many children's lives. Ultimately, Project Migration can't do it alone. Furthermore, we need to help single mothers, and I chose this charity because I was raised by a single mother, and how much harder would it have been for my mother if we were in East Africa. These families need our help in helping single mothers get on their feet, providing them clean water, giving them medical supplies. Project Migration is close to my heart, like I said, because my mother raised me without a father. I know times were hard for her, but I can't imagine how much harder it would have been if me and my mother grew up in East Africa and in that kind of culture. I don't think we would have been able to do it alone. I would like to end with this quote by Sir Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. I would encourage each of you to look into Project Migration and see if it is in your hearts to donate them some money to help with all these problems I have addressed. Thank you.